Hello, first grade. Today we're going to talk about prefixes and suffixes. You can also call both of them affixes. So you use root words, which are base words, which is the most basic part of a word, and it has its own meaning. In other words, it has its own definition, and it can be used all on its own, like the word happy, turn, and possible. We're going to practice using base words and add an affix to them. An affix is one or more letters that can be added to the front or the back of a root word. For example, we added an affix to the beginning of the root word happy. Then we added another affix to the end of the root word teach. Those are called prefixes and suffixes. Affixes at the front of the root words are called prefixes. For example, return, unhappy, mistrust. Notice how those meanings change the meanings of the word itself. The base word for return is turn, but return is the opposite of turning, the opposite meaning of turning. The base word for unhappy is happy. But then unhappy is the opposite of being happy. That's the meaning of unhappy. Trust, trusting someone. But we added a prefix to the beginning, which is mis, and made it mistrust. So that's the opposite of trusting. So it changes its meaning. What about if we add an affix at the end of base words? Affixes at the back of the root words are always called suffixes. So we changed the word turn into turned, and we turned the word bad into badly. So we're changing its meaning of the root word. So prefixes and suffixes are very important to our reading and also comprehending. It helps us understand words and its meaning. So we now know that a prefix is at the front of a root word and a suffix is always at the back of a root word. Use the alphabet to help you remember it. I know Mr. T always use it. Think of it as P comes before S. So prefixes are always at the beginning and suffixes are always at the end. When you add a prefix or a suffix to a root word, it becomes a new word. For example, return. Return. Turned becomes turned. You never leave a space between the root word and the affix. When you're writing these words, you never leave a space. I wouldn't write it as turn space ed. I would write it all together as turn. What about this word? The meaning of a word's prefix can help us understand the meaning of the word itself. So this word is dishonest. What do you think that means? So prefixes can help us understand the meaning of the word itself. So the prefix dis, dis means not. Means not. So what do you think if dis means not and honest means to be truthful? Then dishonest means not honest at all. So it's the complete opposite. So let's puzzle out the meaning of words by learning about. Are you guys ready? All right. We're going to click on a prefix. Are you ready? Anti means against. Against. Anti-cruelty. That means they are not cruel because anti means against. So they are against being cruel. Antiseptic. Ooh, what do you think that means? What do you think the word antiseptic means? That's right. So septic means something infected, especially by bacteria and stuff like that. So antiseptic means against the bacteria, something that they are against. But what about the word antifreeze? Meaning it can't be frozen. That's right. It's against being frozen. We sold puzzles to support animal anti-cruelty. This is how you would use that word in a sentence. Against. We sold puzzles to support animal anti-cruelty. Bi means two, like bicycle. That's right, a bicycle has two wheels. Bifocal, meaning using two eyes to see. Bifocal. And bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. Bi-weekly. Mia won a bicycle in the puzzle building competition. Bi meaning two. Co means with or together. With or together. Like co-worker. I work with my co-worker. Miss Talika. My coworker created a giant puzzle. So we did this puzzle together because co means to work with or together. This means not. And we talked about that earlier. So agree means that you go along with something. But what do you think disagree means? That's right, the complete opposite, meaning I don't agree. Like means to find favor in something or to really enjoy something. But what does it mean to dislike something? That means you don't enjoy it or like it at all. That's right, because dis means not. Jack and Helen always disagree about everything. So that means they don't agree with one another. Hyper means extreme or exaggerated. Let's look at the word hypersensitive. Hypersensitive. So that means someone is very extremely sensitive or exaggerated about something. So being sensitive is being sad or showing a lot of emotion towards something or a feeling. Or when you add hypersensitive, that means they're extremely sensitive. We bought 50 puzzles at the hyper market. So they bought a whole lot of puzzles at the market. So they bought a lot. They were very extreme. M means again or not. Like impossible. Possible means something will happen, that it's possible. What does impossible mean? It means the complete opposite, that it's not possible. I think it's impossible to build a puzzle blindfolded. Impossible. M meaning not. All right, friends, we're going to stop right there. We're going to continue learning more about prefixes and suffixes later on this week. Have an awesome rest of your day. See you later, friends.